How much does the average Nigerian pay to buy Nigerian stocks? I have the answers. I gathered a couple of screenshots from the guys in my community and we're going to be going over them together. I'm doing this because I made a video where I once talked about how it is expensive to actually buy US stocks from Nigeria and also sell as well. And some people said, you can just top up, but topping up would require you to actually spend an extra $1 every time you're buying a US stock, or even more than that. In this video, we're going to be looking at the average amount that, these brokerage platforms in Nigeria will collect from you every time you buy a Nigerian stock. All the stocks I'm going to mention here are not financial advice. I'm just, sharing this to educate you. So let's get started. The first one on the list is Access Corp. This is a purchase from March 23 at 11 a.m. 26 naira per share. This person bought 3,750 shares and they used the limit order. One of the things I talk about a lot is always use limit buy when you're buying Nigerian stocks. Don't buy at market price. Always use limit buy to set your own price. This person paid 99,000 naira total. If you look at the breakdown, you'll see that the value received, that's the amount of shares they received, is worth 97,500 naira. Now, out of the 99,000 naira, the rest of the money was used for fees, and that's what we want to look at. This person paid almost 2,000 naira, out of the 99,000 naira, paid almost 2,000 naira for fees. So the brokerage fee, SEC fee, stamp duty, trade alert, VAT, and then processing fee, which is basically zero. The processing fee is zero because this was a transaction on Cowrywise. I don't think they charge for processing fee. There is a buffer amount, which basically means that if the amount is a bit on the high side and then you have some money left, you're going to be refunded. So this is the buffer amount, which is 500 naira. So this person paid around, 1,800 naira as fees after spending around 100,000 naira to buy this particular stock. Let's move to the next one. This is Learn Africa. This is a sale, not a buy. This person sold Learn Africa at 9 naira 30 kobo per share, and the total value is 74,000 naira. In that sale, there is a net value of 72,000 naira because the rest of the money were charges. And as you can see, again, the brokerage fees mentioned, CSCS fee, NGX fee, and the processing fee is also zero. This is also Cowrywise, and this sale, they used limit sell as well. This is another one. This one is from Chapel Hill, Dunham. The guys behind Invest Niger, or the owners of Invest Niger. This person bought Lafarge Wapco at the limit buy of 216.7 naira, and the number of shares were 1,100 shares. As you can see, the consideration, that is the total amount, is around 238,000 naira for the shares, for the 1,100 shares. Then if you add the fees are 4,000 naira, the alert fees, stamp duty, etc. So the consideration plus the fees will give you the total amount of 242,000 naira, meaning this person spent around 238k to buy these shares and then paid 4,000 naira as fees. Let's move to the next one. This final one is from a class we had. It's a purchase from Cardinal Stone. We bought 8,000 shares of Veritas Capital and the consideration is 18,320. Then the fees are around 87, and then there's a commission of 183, making everything 18,590. So if you sum up the commission plus the fees, you see that the amount is around 200 and something naira. So this gives you a sense of how much the average Nigerian spends when they are buying Nigerian stocks. They are not expensive in my opinion. And one of the things I would always recommend is if you're just starting out, you want to buy stocks, I still think you should start with Nigerian stocks, especially if you're earning in naira or you live in Nigeria. Let me know if you have questions. I'll see you guys.